Welcome back. We're still talking sports right here at Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. Do you want to be part of the program? Yes, you can. You can watch it and also contribute to it. On Twitter, we're Channels_Sports. Facebook, Channels IFA Sports. When Ramirez was leaving the English Premier League, I was so disappointed at Ramirez until Oscar made that shocking move. And now Tevez will follow. Why is everyone going to China?
Money. I listened to Jurgen Klopp talking about not being able to wrap his head around the craze for Chinese football. People don't suddenly love that geographical entity called China. It's always been there. And it's not like people suddenly, love the football because it is at par with the best of Europe or South America. It is just that the money is above what anyone else would offer you anywhere in the world.
Wow.
This move makes Carlos Tevez the highest earning football player in the world.
Wow.
He's going to be taking home about £613,000 every week. The highest paid players in the world are Ronaldo and Messi, and they earn about 360-something thousand. So Tevez is going to be at the twilight of his career, pocketing about double what the highest paid players in mainstream Europe earn. So you can understand why everyone is going there. There's so much money in Chinese football, and they can attract just about anybody at this moment in time. So we're going to see more of this, so we've got to prepare for it. We're going to see more shocking moves that way, because that's where the money is. And, footballers love money. That's what they play for.
But how can you explain Oscar's decision?
Yeah.
Oscar can play in any Premier League team in England.
Yeah, he can play outside of England, in Italy, in Spain, any top league in the world, but he's not going to earn that money anywhere else.
Ooh.
So he's gone over there to earn the money, maybe for 2 seasons, knowing as he's still young, he can still come back to mainstream Europe and play for a top club. But then, for sporting reasons, for footballing reasons, I don't subscribe to young players making that move. I keep saying that a move for money denied Nigeria the opportunity of maybe having a candidate for the Ballon d'Or, because I rated Obafemi Martins so highly. I thought that he had the talent to be one of the best players in the world. But what did he do? At about 25 or 26, he made that move to Ruben Kazan for the money, when he could, have stayed in mainstream Europe. And I don't think his career ever recovered from that move. You make a bad move sometimes, like Oscar has done, in my own opinion, and your football just declines from there on.
Yeah.
You're never thought of in the same breath as some of the best in the game anymore. And all you have to show at the end of your career, really, is a fat bank account. And people must live for a greater purpose. That's my personal opinion. Yeah. Maybe it's the poor man in me that's talking.
It's all about the money, man. Money answers all things. But does it worry you in terms of development of football?
Absolutely. The Chinese will say they're trying to develop their football. There was once a time when, Major League Soccer was looking for, the biggest names in football. But at the time the MLS was doing it, they were doing it with players who were in the twilight of their careers, players who were very close to retirement. But the Chinese are doing something different. They're going after players who are in their prime, going after players who are at the height of their powers, attracting them with the big monies. And Chinese football, if they continue at this pace, maybe in another 10, 15 years, will develop to a level where we can begin to take cognizance of it on a regular basis. But at this moment in time, it's incomparable to even, what you call the backwaters of European football at the moment in time, for the quality of football on show there. So we saw a few, shocking moves to the Indian Super League at some point.
Well, those guys were retired footballers.
Same with the MLS. Yeah. So the Chinese, money splash is more concerning, because, like I said, they're going after players at the height of their powers. And, there's no telling who they're going to be going after next. And what we know for a fact is, if they don't land their man, it will not be because they can't spend the money. It will be because the man has refused to go there for footballing reasons.
Oh, my goodness. Carlos Tevez will join Shanghai Shenhua for a record transfer fee of 84 million euros. The FT price tag will make Tevez the world's 6th most expensive player, behind Paul Pogba, Gareth Bale, Cristiano Ronaldo, Gonzalo Higuain, and Neymar. But Bada says when you go into the nitty-gritty of his contract, those guys are following him behind. I keep remembering those figures. Thank you so much, Bada, for coming on the program.
Austin, thanks for having me.
Always a delight talking sports with you. Let's go on a quick break now, play some tennis. When we come back, we will play some basketball. Femi Adefe, so don't go anywhere. Stay. Nadal is hoping for a better 2017, and then he has started on a winning note, beating Thomas Berdych right there. Let's get on with the show now. Time to play some basketball. Femi Adefeso joins us on the show. Good to have you around, Femi.
A pleasure to be here, Austin.
That's right. Let's get into it. Basketball issues on the front burner.
Yeah,
the MBBF.
And we're looking forward to a better 2017 as well. There was a board meeting on Tuesday. I think it's no longer news, but there's some key decisions that have been taken and that really gives us something to look forward to in 2017. It depends on where you stand, but I, for one, think it's something to be excited about and look forward to, in great prospect. However, still issues of 2016 may not have been resolved totally, but of course, there's going to be a breath of fresh air in between that. We hear that part of the resolutions is that a couple of players, sent in letters of apology, for playing the ABL. Remember, it was tagged as an illegal league due to both organizations, not coming to one according to, drawing out a plan to make both work simultaneously. So it's been ruled illegal, and a couple of applications have been thrown in from players and officials as to coming back to play, in the National Basketball League. However, only 9 were reviewed because they said they were properly written and signed, and about 2 others, were not
would give us
so they'll talk about it. But for me, the issue I have is the fact that I was hoping, that there could be sort of a resolution, in between this.
So that would just let it go.
But it's looking like it's not going to happen. So and everybody has to move on.
Take these issues into 2017.
Yes. But so from what I'm getting on both sides of it, the NBF is saying, look, we're moving ahead. So all the teams, that didn't play in the league last year, they will have to. If they want to come back to the league, they have to come from Division 1, and that is talking about Islanders, Jordan Warriors, and Union Bank. Outrightly, Union Bank is out. And then the ABL guys, they are going back saying they are going to rebrand and come back bigger and better. Let's see how all that works, at the end of the day. But the beautiful thing is that, everybody's moving on. Some players now are beginning to shift ground. Okay, look, like when we be playing this league, we'll be playing this league. Now,
that doesn't take us anywhere. We need to come to
a round table. Yes, that's what it should be. But it's quite unfortunate that that's an issue that really hasn't been properly, discussed and trashed out.
Let's leave the issues for the boardroom. Season on break. When are we expecting action to resume again?
Yes, we should be expecting March Madness. That's what I've been telling everybody, because that's what they call it in college basketball. So come March, both leagues, the men and the women's league, should be jumping off. January, February has been marked as transfer window. So players will be moving if they want to move, if the money is coming in, just like some people are getting in China, but I know it can't be as big in Nigeria. When you get the big money, you can decide to move ship. So that's one thing to look forward to, which is, for me, very interesting. Now, what comes in the package of the playing is the fact that for the men's league, the JC Premier Basketball League, now there will be double headers. So back-to-back games. So in a weekend, you have a team playing themselves twice. It's just in the view of trying to get more games, and still retain the number of teams. Now, from the Division 1 aspect too, we'll be seeing the relegation system. That is from Division 1, 2 teams will be graduating into the Premier League, and then there will be a relegation system whereby teams that don't do well will go to Division 2, so as not to allow an over-bloated Division 1 league. However, also the new adoption for the DSTV League is that now 4 teams will be going on relegation compared to 2
that
we used to have. So 2 teams from the Atlantic Conference, 2 teams from the Savannah Conference, which I think will make the league a little bit more competitive. And also give the teams in the Division 1 something to fight for and look forward to. Because I actually saw different Division 1.
Are we going to increase the number of teams that will be promoted?
Yes, 2 teams. So it means 4 teams will be getting promotion. 2 teams in the Atlantic and the Savannah Conference. I think it's very good, because from what I saw in Abuja during the National Division 1 in 2016, you could see the level of talent, not even just talent, young talent.
Wow.
That can exactly spice up the league. The kind of attraction that will bring people to want to watch. not the same old, you know, you see modern day basketball, you know, really, and I think it's something exciting for me.
Yeah.
Because, for example, the Hoops and Reach team who won the National Division 1 title, averagely are like 23 years of age. You know, most of these boys, I know about 3 of them who played in the under-16s just 2 years ago. You know, who are part of the Youth Alive community basketball league going on in Lagos. You know, so it shows that there are lots of guys there who are yearning to play at that level if they are given a chance. So this also gives room for teams to come out, you know, and fight for a place. And then we see a mix. You know, Leicester City just did something in football. Who says, you know, we can't see another fairy tale run from one of the young teams that will come up. So I think it's a good idea.
That's right.
You know, bringing in that as well. And we still have the unresolved issue of, you know, who replaces, you know, the teams that have been suspended at the Lagos Islanders and the Durham Warriors, although we know Union Bank officially, from what we've been able to gather, you know, are out of it. We're told the NBBF is going to be giving out the 2 slots on wildcard basis. And I hear that 4 teams from Lagos have officially tendered bids, you know, to take, you know, that slot. 3 of them are already known, played in Division 1 before. 2 of them have been in the Premier League before. The Air Force, they call them the NAF Rockets. They are willing to come back. The Police Buttons, who narrowly lost out in the National Division 1. Raptors Academy, another very fantastic basketball team that is full of young players coached by Coach Charles Ibeziako. And a very new name coming in the blood. They call them the Lagos Wildcard Chiefs. Chiefs. And I hear they are actually really ready, you know, to take Lagos.
Let's touch with the senior men's national team, the D Tigers. What should we be expecting from them in the new year?
Well, they are defending champions of Africa. So we are going to the continent next year to defend our title. And everybody wants to beat Nigeria. Senegal is talking, Mali is talking, Angola is talking. But I want to throw a blow. Yeah, I don't see Angola as an opponent anymore.
Why? The problem?
Because
Angola.
Let me tell you why I said so.
Tell me.
Primero Augusto, who are 8-time champions, lost to Kano Pillars, which is an home-based team, you know, for Nigeria. And so, you know, it goes to show that really the Angolan system is, yes, they can be beaten, and then they are sort of going downhill. Now the law of diminishing returns, they've reached that peak, and they seem to start coming down because it seems they are not changing. There's no new injection of blood. It might take them a while, it might take them, I don't know how long it will, but I think we should enjoy the ride now and start building on what we have so that we can maintain proper dominance, you know, on the African team.
That's the word. Let's see if they can keep up to that. Femi, we'll come back to this discussion. Let's take another breather. When we come back, we'll wrap up the show. Don't go anywhere. Stay.
Stay connected to the world with the Channels TV app for mobile to get all the stories around the world available on Android, iOS and Windows phones. Tap expertise you trust. Touch the stories that touch you. Anytime, anywhere. Channels TV app for mobile. The news at your fingertips.
Okay, welcome back. We're at the center court playing basketball. Now, Femi Adefeso is here with us. Femi, let's wrap up this discussion with grassroots basketball development. I couldn't stop smiling when I heard that the NBA, they will be coming here to start up an academy.
Yeah, but not in Nigeria, in Senegal. Come March next year. So that's why I'm not too excited. But I know for sure that they already have eyes on the ground, you know, out here in Nigeria. This year we brought in Tunde Adekola of the NBA Africa team, who is the head coach based in Abuja, you know, for the Powerful Poor project. So it's just a matter of time. Sooner rather than later, they will be here. But I want to understand the reason why they're in Senegal. The SEED project, you know, which is one of the big developmental programs in Africa that's produced a couple of NBA players, you know, is doing well, and it's a place to start from. But I know it to trickle down to Nigeria surely. And this is the first in Africa. Exactly.
And it will come.
It is just a stone throw.
Thank you so much, Femi, for coming around.
It was a pleasure.
2017 will give us better reasons to talk about basketball.
God willing.
And to you, wherever you are in the world watching Sports Tonight on channels, television, thank you for doing this with us. I appreciate you for sending us comments, questions, and suggestions on Twitter. Keep them coming on Twitter or channels_sports, Facebook, Channels Life Sports. That's the show on behalf of the ever-winning sports team at Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm Austin Okonakpan. Sports is so much fun. That's more than enough reasons for you to keep talking sports. Bye for now.